one of the first things I want to unlock here, now that we've got our satellite, is this advanced alteration bench. Because I want to get a scope for my gun. So we're going to go ahead and unlock all of these here. And then that's going to be some glass, some steel, concrete, all of that stuff. I'm going to go ahead and get that made. That's going to be 1,500 electricity. I'm keeping track over here of what we've used versus what we have. We've been making 7,500. We're using 5,000, so we should have enough for that. So let me go ahead and get that set up and hooked up, and then we'll see if we can make some upgrades. Alright, now we can craft all of these things. I think what we're looking for is a scope. Advanced scope, advanced sniper scope, and hunting scope. Will grant lock on one when attached to an item. 28% aiming speed. 60% zoom speed, 35 critical damage, 50 hardened point penetration. And then 50% aim speed, 30% zoom while aiming. Advanced scope attachment, advanced sniper attachment, hunting scope attachment. So this needs the basic scope attachment, and this needs the sniper scope attachment, so... Where do we get those? Are those from the first level? Have we unlocked everything that we need for the tier 2 version of this? We probably need to do that, huh? Where's our alteration bench? Luckily we've got points. Or is it the tier 3 version? I think it might be tier 3. There they are. There we go. Now, the question is, can I get all of those in here? So if we come over here and we do scope again, that opened up more options. So it looks like we can do the basic scope, which then can be used, and we can do the sniper scope. So we have to decide which one we want. We want more zoom, more critical damage, and more hard points penetration, or do we want lock on when attached to an item? I don't know if we care about lock on. We only have 2 titanium ingots right now, is the thing. So we'll have to make... I think we'll go for this one. This one needs carbon fiber and a sniper scope attachment and glass. This one needs 2 titanium and glass. So let me grab my titanium and glass, and I'm going to try for the sniper one. And then maybe we'll make the other one later when we get a little more titanium. That's platinum. We've got 4 titanium here. I want to hold on to it, though, till we get a little more. There's glass, there's titanium. If we make the scope, the sniper scope, craft that, then we can go for the advanced sniper scope. We're going to need carbon fiber for that, so let me get some of that real quick. Alright, carbon fiber made. Now if we go to scope again, in here, we can now make the advanced sniper scope attachment. So let's craft that. Alright, now let's take our gun. Let's put our gun in here. That's actually a bolt action rifle. Have we been using a bolt action rifle? How do we make the hunting rifle? I think that's the better one, right? That's the one in here. Yeah, we've been using the bolt action. I want to make this. Ooh, no. That's going to be 40 titanium. Alright, this is something we're aiming towards when we get a chance. But for now, we'll just use our bolt action. So let's put our bolt action in here. Let's put our advanced sniper on there. Let's do the altar on that. And luckily we know we can pull that back off later, so we can do that. So now we have that. Let's go test it. Yeah, alright. Let's get up on our wall here and we'll see what we see. A lot of birds. How does this work? Is that the full zoom that we get? Does that count as a 60% zoom? What is the effect? 60% zoom while aiming, 35% critical damage, 50 hardened point penetration. Alright, we're in the field now. See a deer there. There's your 60% zoom. Yeah, that'll do. Got a couple of points to spend here. 4 available in a regular tree. I'm going to go ahead and finish out Sense Megafauna. That way we get, you know, bars that pop up for all animals. You can always see them coming. I think we're going to increase our rifle abilities too. So we're going to go cheaper rifle crafting, faster reloading, and I think we might just continue down that line so we can get reloaded a lot quicker. And then we have 3 points in the solo field, increasing our gun damage. I think we're going to increase our food buffs because we're going to be getting into making food soon. And we're going to go harder to detect when sneaking. That way I can sneak around a bit more. So I want to experiment with light in caves when we're going into dark places. So we're going to unlock the flashlight. We're actually going to back up to tier 3 because there was also a lantern. And I wanted to see what the difference between the two was going to be. I know we'll need a biofuel composter for this. So we're going to unlock that so we can start making biofuel. And then there's the biofuel lamp. I believe that's what we want there. So we're going to unlock that as well. And we'll see how those look. So we'll go ahead and build this biofuel composter. That's just some iron, copper, concrete, and steel. We'll get that going. Something else that we might want to unlock that I didn't do before was go ahead and get the biofuel can. This way we can store biofuel that is made in there. And I'm not sure if we need that to do the biofuel lamp or how that works, but we'll figure it out. This looks like this is rope, glass, aluminum, and epoxy. Let's go ahead and put our composter down. We'll put it right next to this guy here. And the way this works is you load it with a bunch of stuff and it creates biofuel. It didn't really say how much you get per, which kind of always annoyed me. Like, how much do you get with each of these, right? But it's hard to tell. So I have found that the seed oil seems to make it the fastest. So if you can make seed oil, if you've got the seeds, that's the way to go. So I'm looking at what? We'll go half of these potatoes. And what else do we got? We'll go half of this wheat. We got plenty of those seeds. And if we bring these over here to our machine processor, we could probably make a bunch. Actually, no, not that much. Surprisingly. 15 per. Probably also why you get the most from this, because it uses so many seeds. But if we take that and we put that in our composter, and then you're going to need the jerry can, which is why we went ahead and unlocked that. So let's do that and see what we need for that. That is going to be 25 iron ingots, which we can afford. Go ahead and make that guy. I'm going to make 2 of them. That way we've got a backup. We take these, put these in the composter. You see it kicks in and starts working on filling that. Let's see what 7 gets us. So 7 gets you about not quite a quarter of the way around. 8 would probably have done it. Luckily, you can make sap really quickly in the material processor with wood. And you get 2 for 1 with wood versus 1 for 1 with sticks. Now let's try some different things and see how quickly this gets. I wish there was a number here so we could see, or a percent. You really only have that green bar to tell. Okay, so let's see where we get with 10 raw meat. So it looks like it used 2 raw meat at a time. You can see that there, I guess. That didn't look like that moved as much on the dial at all, did it? What about fuel? Fuel is 1 for 1. So let's do 5 of these. That way we can kind of get a good look at what the difference is. So it moved a little bit. What about rotten meat, spoiled meat? Let's get 10 of those. That'll give us 5 bunches of that. I should have some spoiled meat here. So that moved the dial up a little bit, but not as much. Really, looks like seed oil is just your best bet. If you have the seeds to spare, that's the way to make biofuel. Otherwise, you're really spending a lot in here to get there. So for now, I think we're just going to shove wood. We're just going to shove wood in there. Let's see if we can fill it up that way. While the biofuel cooks, we'll go ahead and make the flashlight too. That's going to be some glass, some aluminum, some epoxy, and electronics. So we'll go ahead and craft that guy. And now we got that. And I believe this breaks down like any other tool. Let's put him here where our light goes. And if we turn on a light, we have kind of that thing going there where it puts a light in front of you. I don't like the way it jumps. It's like it looks for a surface and it aims at that surface, right? I'm not really doing that aiming. It's just aiming down when I'm moving forward, and then it pops up when I stop moving. Which I wonder if we can... No, he's not holding it. It's just there as part of... It's on his hip, I see. He's wearing it on his hip. Wonder if we put that in a hand slot. If we can put that in a hand slot. Let's take our bow out. You can do it that way. Then you can aim it. So if you wanted, you could do it like that. And aim it. And I wonder if we can then put our lantern on our light slot and then have like a glowing around us and be able to look further down the tunnel. We'll have to test that. This, I believe, will break down in time. And when it does, I think you can repair it on one of the... Probably on there. We can probably repair it on there. So right now I've got... My biofuel lamp is full. So we can put that here. And if we turn on our light, you can see the difference. So really, just for general running around a cave, it looks like the biofuel lamp is going to be the way to go. Because it's going to illuminate big around us. I'm going to grab a few things. We're going to go back to that cave that we just went to last week. And I'm going to need to get some more titanium and some more platinum so we can keep upgrading and building things. So let me get prepared and we'll go in there and test out our lights that way. Alright, back in the cave. Let's have Bruiser follow us. And then let's, it gets dark here in a second. Let's test out how this works. So that's a pretty nice distance down the ways that we can see this way. And then if we put this on, that's just a very nice light. I've also brought a bunch of these, and I think I'm going to put these out. These floor torches. Just to kind of give us an idea of where we're at. I'm going to put one on either side here. And you see I've split a bunch of wood already in my inventory, so I have 25 stacks to put in these. Let's turn this off and see how this at least gives me some look at what, you know, where we're at here. That way, if we've got both going. Now, if we have this going, I can look way down there. Actually, you know what? Doesn't matter. Looks like you don't get much more light. So it looks like the lantern, the lamp, the biofuel lamp is really the nice way to go in here. Because that gives you all the same light. Come on, Bruiser. We're going to throw these in, mostly so that we have some clue where things are looking at a distance. You know what I mean? That way I don't walk off the edge here if I can help it. There's probably a bunch to get down there. We'll go down there before too long. Where'd you go, Bruce? Come here, buddy. Stuck on a lamp? Come on, man. You're making me look bad. Come on this way. We'll just put out these lamps, these torches, just so I have a clue where things are in here. There's a lot of ore to get in here that I'm not going to get because I'm really just interested in getting the stuff that I need to get. Namely the titanium and the platinum. And then we can come here when we're out of other ores that we need. Put this guy up here. Come on, dude. Sounds like there's evil in here, but that might be on the surface. So I'm not super concerned about that. I don't see the health bars. It looks like there's a path that way. Path that way. Oh crap, that's a worm. Where is it? The same one that I heard last time we were in here, but I can't see. See, there's like things falling from the ceiling down there. It's horrifying. You stay here, Bruiser. There's platinum. Titanium. If I had to guess, this is going to pass through to the other side. Platinum. I'm gonna go cool off real quick. That should work. Ashen smog. Wonder what that is. Let's see if we can ride Bruiser through here. I will say this, when it's on your hip, I'm concerned. Ashen smog. I wonder if that's a volcano thing. Starting to hear a rumble. Going to back up and see what happens. Just in case we have to haul ass. Alright. Might be safe. We're going to be going across this little walkway here. Like this. I'm going to go ahead and throw that in Bruiser real fast. It'll be hard to get up. Wonder if Bruiser can get up that or not. Can you hop up that, buddy? You can. Okay, good. Let's deploy this right here to make this easier to get up. I think while we're riding Bruiser in here, we're going to go torch. That way. Because the torch just has a better on the back of a mount. kind of aim, you know what I mean? Okay, we are officially dying of a heat stroke. So we have to get out of here soon. I think now's a good time to head back. So that we don't die of a heat stroke. Okay, so the armor we're aiming at is this obsidian chest armor. It's the last in the list of tier 4, so it looks like it's going to be probably the best, at least for the hot area, that we can make. It's got volcanic exposure resistance, it's got explosive resistance, it's got physical resistance, fire resistance, cold resistance, heat resistance, exposure resistance. It looks like really good stuff. And we're going to need to get another level before we can unlock that. But in the meantime, we can start preparing the things that we need for it. So we unlocked this cooking station a long time ago, but we never did get around to making it. So I'm going to do that real quick because with all of this hunting that we're doing, the level, we've got a ton of meat that we're just wasting. A lot of it goes bad before we could do anything with it. So I'm going to go ahead and craft that up now, and I'll show you some of the things you can do with it. Now I imagine the electric version of this, which we'll build before too long here, is better. But I'm just going to put this down over by the campfire for now. So I just wanted to build it real quick so we can start using this. One thing you can do with it, if you look, is you can turn all of these other kind of meats into just raw meat. And then you can turn raw meat into animal fat. So really, if we max this out, max this out, max this out, all of that's done. Like, and then once that's done, we can take all of that and we can max that out for animal fat, and then that's used in recipes and things that we haven't gotten around to doing. But like we haven't even found soybeans. We need to find soybean, and then we can make salads, we can make crackers out of seeds, we can make fish and carrots into stuff, we can take mixed berries, since I haven't even seen strawberries. That's another thing I don't know. So there's things you can do in here, and I imagine as we get the better cooking station done, we'll be able to do even more with this, like cream corn with fat and corn. So that is yet another thing, and it looks like this doesn't have, like, it doesn't go bad, so that's good. So we just max that out. And that way we're using up all of that. On top of that, what I'm also doing with all of these hides, because we've got extra leather, well, not so much the fur, I'm not sure what else to do with that, but you can turn all of the leather into rope. That requires a talent to do. And then, of course, the bone is getting turned into crushed bone over here. I don't have a lot on me right now because I already did it. And then take the crushed bone and turn that into epoxy, because you will need a lot of epoxy in these later levels. So yeah, there's things to do with all of this stuff. You just gotta bring it back and do it. Okay, so after grinding out 2 more levels, because we're gonna need... You only get 4 points per level. We're going to need extra levels. We can now do the electric textiles bench. And we can unlock the obsidian set here. So now I am going to build that. Put that down. And then we'll start working on this. It looks like we're going to need shaped obsidian for this as well. Which we probably have a bunch already. Just from random finding and crafting and stuff. We got 14. But we're going to go ahead and toss another 4 stacks of these in here and let that start kicking us out some shaped obsidian. Alright, everything is put together. We're gonna put this down where where the initial textiles bench used to be. It's a good spot for it because then we can also do this. Pick off of him and plug right in there. And you might have noticed it while I was been running around, but at some point I went ahead and set up 4 more water wheels out here, which pushed us to 15,500 power. We're only using 6,500 right now, but we're going to be going electric on everything. This guy's going to use another 2,500. So we've got to change this to 9,000. That way we know what we're using, what we have available. And then looking in this guy, we can make a full set of obsidian armor. We should be able to do that one, do that one, do that one, do that one, and do that one. And there's a full set of obsidian. That's the obsidian set there. Okay, so there are a lot of different things that you can put on your gear, your armor especially. You come down, you can see like this will give you 30% chance to resist poison and -10 water consumption. And then this would be the level 2 version of that. This one would be like reducing your stamina use when you're using tools and reducing your wear on your items when you're using them. You've got like jumping, you've got a bunch of stuff. So what I've decided to go with on my armor is on the head. I went with a 60% health regen in caves and a 50% chance to resist pneumonia. For the chest, we went with this one here, which is 20%, pretty much all the affliction traits, -20% duration, so you heal a lot quicker from these things. On the feet, we went with health regeneration 40% and 10% physical resistance. Here on the arms, I went with the stamina reduction on tools and the rate of wear and tear on your tools, -20%. And then here on the feet, I went with a 20% threat when stealth, -20% threat, so you stealth a lot better, and you can crouch 20% and move faster when you're crouched. So when you're actually doing, you know, this, you move a lot quicker this way than it was before, at least 20% quicker. So that'll help you kind of sneak through areas a lot better. And then I also went ahead and added 40% yield on my, for titanium specifically on my pickaxe, because never get enough titanium, so that helps increase that out. Okay, so now we have the titanium we need to finally build the hunting rifle. I just need a few more screws, apparently. It's alright, got plenty of those. So now we got the best gun in the game. Bam. We're ready to go now. Oh, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, 6 shots. Nice. Let's go test it. Alright. See what we can do. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do the job. Nice.